Hey, welcome to another episode of Investment Chat with Stephen Akinta. I know you didn't expect this question coming.
Okay.
What is the investment you're making on your skin?
This 10 million that I've just been paid for this show.
Yes.
Let me
buy
see.
a land. Let me
see if I can multiply it.
I want to say a big thank you for coming on the investment chat in a Rolls Royce with Stephen Akinta.
Such a great honor.
Thank you for coming. Do you know that the coach stripe on Rolls Royce is usually done by Marcotte, and that's his only job. Even the leather is hand stitched by individuals to perfection. The question is, how have you paid attention to investment details, that got you to where you are today?
The lesson from the man called Marcotte, is the lesson of consistency. And to a very great extent, I think that is a missing link in the generation we have today, where many people are not consistent about the assignment that they have been called into. For me, in the last over a decade, I have been consistent with what I've been doing, which is real estate and investing in real estate.
Yeah.
And it may not have paid off at the earlier,
at the beginning,
at the inception, but over time, paying attention to it.
Between a Rolls Royce, a Bentley, and a Ferrari, which one do you prefer?
I'll do a Rolls Royce. Why?
Why?
The feeling first, being in it.
Yeah.
I call it an asset, not a liability.
Okay.
The basic definition of what an asset is, what brings in money.
Yes.
And liability, what takes money away.
Yes.
From what I've seen, I can own a Rolls Royce that is not only for me.
Okay.
It will generate income.
That's true. People rent it for weddings, for video shoots.
Perfect.
And
you do a Ferrari. A Ferrari is most times it's just for you, your wife. Yeah. And it's mostly for sports.
Sports, yeah, that's true.
So, and
how about Bentley?
Bentley is not bad.
Yeah.
But when you talk about class, finesse, and keep your mouth shut.
Oga get Oga.
Oga get.
Your story is remarkable. And the last time you told me you sold $1.5 billion worth of real estate in this country. How did you do that?
When you look at the strength it takes you to go into doing something ridiculous, something illegal, it's the same kind of, in fact you spend less energy
to do
illegal thing,
and
which will put your name on the sound of time.
True.
That you will never be forgotten.
True.
Now, consistently, going by what God told me at the time, and He said, when you stop raising people, you will soon be erased. So,
powerful.
One key link that has worked for me is the ability to keep raising people.
Wow.
So, raise people as freelancers, raise people to sell for me as agents, all over the world, having people. So it comes to not being greedy also. Now, little is much when God is in it. So you sell for me, you can earn this much. You sell for me, you can earn this much.
So you raised a whole lot of other agents under you,
under me,
that you guys were sharing commission together.
And it has worked.
And in how many years did you do 1.5 billion?
In less than a decade. That's less than a decade, and I'm over a decade in the industry.
Wow.
You know a little about me.
We grew up together
for many years. That's when I go anywhere, I am being deliberate and connecting with people.
True.
So you can't be a realtor and be frowning faces around. You can't make it. So it is losing up that leads to opening up. So
lose up to open
up. So when you loosen up, then they open up to you. Oh, me, what do you think about investing in so area? Okay, now not even most times being selfless, not even thinking about my own products alone. Now I begin to talk about, if you invest in this other place, it's not a bad idea. You can do this with them, you can do that with them. Now some of them tend to to push you forward to know whether you be biased or it's just all about you. But the moment they see that you are sincere, because Dale Carnegie said something. He said the best way to succeed is to know, to allow people to know that you are genuinely interested in them.
True.
The major secret I have learned that has made me successful in business is that it's not how much money you make, but how much it works for you and the generations you keep it for. The only way to achieve this is by investment. Real estate is the only type of investment that has stood the test of time, and we guarantee you massive wealth from generation to generation. What are you waiting for? Invest in real estate today. Invest with G-Vest today.
I was somewhere someday and I saw a particular Bentley of 1970 something. The tires have been deflated and it's not moving and so on and so forth. And the thing is, I snapped it and I said, what? That's the same time the owner of this vehicle bought it. Someone actually bought a piece of land somewhere. And side by side, you cannot put them together. Now, I took a picture of it. I was going to do a write-up on it. And so when the B2 challenge came, coincidentally it's the same B. So I said, what? That's sincerely, as a realtor, let me come back to the question. As a realtor, the truth is, your testimony is incomplete when you are not a part of what you are selling.
True.
How do you tell yourself and tell the world that this we okay,
like
tell your children,
like a signage pointing to a place that you will never
and it's not moving? So how would you tell your children in the nearest future, we sold this estate, all these houses you are seeing in here, we sold it, and your children will ask you politely, so Dad, where's our own house in here? And you'd be like, actually, we sold it very well. We sold it very well. And they'd be like, no, this must not be a good father. So consciously, I made it a point of duty. I made up my mind and I said, me, every estate you do, you must own from it. You must buy from it. So when people tell me, when we have reasons to take people on inspection and they tell me that, oh, this place is, say, sir, for your information, I am also
an investor in this property.
Even way back from the time I was working with my mentor in real estate, I've been investing in every estate that he puts up. Just a few of them which I couldn't afford while working with him were the only ones I didn't invest in. So, and confidently, if I want to get, I don't need to introduce myself that I'm a former staff in this company that did this. I am a landlord here. These are my business.
My guest is a childhood friend. We met on campus in the university, and God has been faithful. He's the MD CEO of Tromval Investment Limited. His name is ADENIYI, and his story is that of real grass to grace. I want you to, give us some background of, where you started from.
Yes. One thing that amazes me, sir,
Yeah.
is that there's no way I could actually talk successfully about where I'm coming from without bringing God into this discussion, because there's nothing about me when we take the G factor away, because the moment you remove G from grace, the rest is jumpology.
I like that. Jumpology.
It's jumpology. So, and that is a course that will never end. Just be on the treadmill, running without making motion. So, what has worked for me has been God. That I wouldn't take away. And sir, I must tell you that it's such a great thing of honor and joy, delight for me that we are sitting in the Rolls Royce, charting on investments, taking a ride on some of the places we have trekked before.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so emotional for me.
Yeah.
Because some
that
of these
we have
places
trekked
before.
Yes,
sir.
That we have.
Not you. Amen.
Not you. That we have
trekked before.
That's true.
So one message that must be out of this discussion is the fact that you are trekking today does not mean that your story won't change tomorrow.
Preach it.
From a very polygamous home, with 4 wives, my mother being the last wife.
Wow.
My father died while I was, a teenager.
Wow.
And this year makes it 31 years that I lost my father.
Wow.
Wow. So we were left in the hands of God to survive.
Wow.
We either make it or make it. No option.
Wow.
We either make it. So in this same Lagos, at the time I was a organizer. At the time I was a conductor. In the same Lagos. I remember today that at the time I actually did a lesson teacher to many children. At the time I was washing clothes for people and doing many jobs for people just to survive. Actually, some of the people that I was going to their houses, they're just getting to know recently that I was actually shuttling many places. They thought I was only coming to their own house. I do everything like I don't have option.
Wow.
So I either succeed. Look at the
Success is not an option.
It's not an option. It's the only option, sir. You remember at the time I was telling you that at the time when I worked in an organization, my last company, before God set us up, that I was earning 15,000 when I joined the company.
True.
And I would pay 5.15.
Yes.
Remaining 13.5.
Yes. And you were investing 12,500 for your own landed property
that I bought in the company.
Delay gratification.
Yes, sir. 12.5. We'll go back.
This generation doesn't know anything.
Oh my God, sir. When I see people today, so when I see some people, when they say that this country is hard, it has been hard since. Do you think it's something for you?
It's been hard since day one.
It's because of you. The way it is hard, that's how MK made his money. The way it is hard, that what made his money. The way it's hard, for Femi Otedola made his money. Even the way it's hard, some of these guys who are in the music industry, they're still making their money.
True.
Whether the contemporary or secular or gospel, they're still making their money, and it's still hard. But yet we still keep saying that we will not experience the hardness. Now, what is it that worked for me, sir? Part of it is what you just mentioned. Learning to delay your gratification. It's not just all about you. It's about the future.
The major secret I have learned that has made me successful in business is that it's not how much money you make, but how much it works for you and the generations you keep it for. The only way to achieve this is by investment. Real estate is the only type of investment that has stood the test of time, and we guarantee you massive wealth from generation to generation. What are you waiting for? Invest in real estate today. Invest with GVest today.
telling you something about um, a number of a particular thesis that was carried out in one of the prestigious institutions in this country. I won't mention the name of the school.
Yeah.
Now, and it was a thesis that was written for 7 good years.
Yeah.
And it was showing the comparison between house owners and people who were tenants in that school. And it was between the teaching staff and the non-teaching staffs.
Yeah.
That was what the thesis was centered around. And it was discovered at the outcome of the thesis when it was, released after 7 years that there were 70% of the population of those who are house owners, 70% of the 100% who were staffs were actually people who were unskilled laborers and semi-skilled laborers. Permit me to use that word. I mean to say, some of the unskilled, like the drivers, the cleaners, the
office assistants,
janitors, the office assistants. They were the house owners. They discovered that
and the doctors and professors didn't have property.
Many of just a infinitesimal percentage of them out of the 30% were the ones that homes. Now, it will amaze you to know that there were even cooperatives that these non-teaching staffs were involved in, and they were collecting money when they call it a job. They were contributing, and some of them, while somebody is saying that, you tell them, come and buy Ikorodu, say me
God forbid
Ikorodu, is that my class map? Do you have anything there like 5 million naira? So the first question I will ask is it an agency that you pay on the rent? Or what 5 million for what exactly? You say, no, I want to buy a property like in Ikoyi. Now, in fact, there was even a particular case of a particular guy who, when they released the professor after his retirement, and he was told to, he begged for 6 months to still stay back in the
staff quarters.
So, they permitted him at the end of 6 months. So, every of the places where he could get a house to rent, he couldn't afford it. I haven't worked for many years. He couldn't afford it. Now, eventually, they got a place for him in Ketu.
Alakwere.
So, and they said that the landlord of the property insisted that he must see whoever is going to be the tenants of the house. So, they arranged for a meeting, and where's the landlord? He happened to be one of his former drivers.
Oh Lord.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
One of his former drivers eventually became his landlord. And he said, he called his name like one Muslim name. Like, the landlord of this house is the person I want to see. And I say, go and for me, landlord, go and call me the landlord. Say, sir, by the grace of God, this house belongs to me.
Wow.
Yes, sir. But when that guy was there, he was humble enough to say, even though I may not be able to live in Ikoyi for now,
let me be buying land in K2.
Let me buy in K2
and start building small.
And that K2 that time
it was a bush, thick forest.
Yes, sir. So he bought there. He now eventually turned out to be the landlord of his former boss.
Wow.
So, that alone, is good enough to explain. Don't wait to buy land.
Buy land and
buy
wait.
land and wait. By the grace of God, our first child was 10 years last April.
Yeah.
That land I bought when they were deducting 12.5 from my salary, I bought in her name.
Wow.
Before she was born.
Wow. What's the value now?
I think I bought that land at the end of a day for 275,000.
Yeah.
After all deduction.
Yeah.
That one 12.5 was like 12.5 million. I was okay, you are earning 15,000. They moved 12.5, 12,500. It was like 12.5 million at that time. Today, at least that place is not valued for less than about 15 million. Yeah.
Wow.
15 million, yes.
That you bought
About
two.
15. I bought 255,000. About 275,000 naira. 275,000.
15 million.
Yes, because it was subsidized for
for the staffs.
Yes. And some of my colleagues
they won't buy. I mean, they'll be like, who knows? Will this thing appreciate?
Yes.
Well, you know, some of them probably even be convinced that you people were duping people.
Maybe by the virtue of my closeness to the they'll say that they are connected
together. Oh, they see the bush, they say that. So we are just coming, but we need a job. So I had to work there.
People now live in that estate, one of those estates.
Wow.
I mean, other one, I also started by, I remember one particular incident when one of my superior was saying that they can't sell one of the other property I wanted to buy for me. They can't sell it for that rate, that the price had gone up.
Yeah.
And immediately my eyes changed. And I told him, I said, do you know what I go through for this company? You can't give me the old rates. And the MD immediately intervened and said, you know what?
Give it
you for that. Give it to you for that. Oju Pastor, I would never forget that saying.
Yeah.
That property is still there today.
Wow.
The major secret I have learned that has made me successful in business is that it's not how much money you make, but how much it works for you and the generations you keep it for. The only way to achieve this is by investment. Real estate is the only type of investment that has stood the test of time, and we guarantee you massive wealth from generation to generation. What are you waiting for? Invest in real estate today. Invest with G-Vest today.
Have a gift for you. Only give all our guests some amazing gifts.
Oh my God.
But for me, the most remarkable of all gifts is the books we give our guests. I've written 35 books, and this is one of them.
Wow.
Survival Instinct.
Awesome.
You know, Survival Instinct is chronicles a lot of the tough journey I've been to in business and that of other great people.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
This is for you.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
We also have this also for you. You need a PA to help you carry on.
Oh my God.
All this Ghana must go.
Oh my God. As if I came to answer.
All this Ghana must
go. Oh my
go.
God. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
You're
God
welcome.
bless Stephen Akintayo. God bless
sir.
G-Texts.
Thank
God
you,
bless
sir.
all of the organizations that are under your able watch.
Thank you,
God
sir.
bless you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Greater heights in
Amen.
Jesus Christ's
Amen.
name. Thank you so much, sir.
Guys, it's been a great show. You do not want to miss the next episode of this show. Until next time, I love you. I'm Stephen Akita, Africa's most sought after investment coach and Australian entrepreneur. And of course, I love you.